Peace and balance, you guys. So I wanted to make this quick video because I was just contemplating and everything, and these just came to me, right? And immediately I got the drive to just put it out there. Um, so what I want to talk to you guys about today is, which reality, right? What reality you choose to live in? Because it's like we tend to just we live on a limited thought based like reality, you know, to whereas though whatever thought that you thinking or feeling, whatever you're reacting to is totally based on what you remember as far as you growing up, what you were thought, what you were consciously and subconsciously programmed with, right? Would depend on what exactly it is that you choose to believe in and or not believe in, right? We have to realize that um whatever you pay attention to, when you pay attention to something, okay, you immediately disregard something else, right? So what does that tell you? You can look at a situation, right, and you can have one way of looking at it or multiple ways of looking at it, but you still not paying attention to something else, right? You're disregarding something else. For example, we can look at me as a vegetarian, right? For example, if I was somebody, if I was just like everybody else, right? And this is not me. Anyways, however you take it, sorry, however you take it, like I always say, your perception of me is a reflection of you, or it's a reflection of either what you are lacking of, or what you don't understand or what you don't comprehend. Excuse me. So again, um your I can think like, okay, well, I don't eat meat, right? And I can look at somebody else who eat meat and be like, oh, you eat meat and it's bad, because you partake in a crime and animals matter, like people lives matter, right? You can be on that type of, you know, reality and think that and believe that, and actually, start to express yourself as that, embodying that, going to war for that perception, for those thoughts, right? You have to remember your thoughts do not make you, you make your thoughts. And your thoughts does not direct your life. You direct your thoughts, direct the life in the direction you wish to take it, So it's like, okay, well, I can say that. But what I'm disregarding is that, well, meat, okay. Okay. All right. I have to slow myself down so that I don't go too fast. So you guys can comprehend what it is that I'm trying to say here. So it's like you I may think, right, okay, yeah, meat is like, oh, bad or whatnot, right? And it animals matters and all that type of good stuff, right? But on the other end, it's like, okay, well, meat does contain certain nutrient within it, okay? Not only does meat contain certain nutrients within it, but it's like a food chain, right? It's like animals kill something or you kill something, and certain things eat something, and or we can look at it as like, okay, well, animals eat animals, right? Or animals kill other animals, so therefore we can eat animals too, right? We can think that. But it's like, well, we are not animals. Again, that's another perception. We are not animals. We may be part animal, but we're also humans, right? We are in this body having a human experience, not an not an animal experience, right? So I have a point here. Please stay with me. Or I can be a meat eater and I'm looking at a vegetarian and I'm like, well, you don't eat meat, that's what you're lacking of, and we've always been eating meat, and you guys are eating, plants and stuff like that, and you guys are missing out on all the nutrient and blah blah blah. And as a vegetarian, I can be like, well, I'm against animal, that's why I don't eat meat. Or I can be like, well, I actually understand that the food that I eat, right, makes me, right? Because it's energy. Everything is energy. Whatever you consume, you become. So if I'm consuming certain kind of information, right, I'm embodying those information. Therefore, I'm starting to slowly but surely shape my body, my perception into those concepts, and then I start to play it out. So I become those concepts, right? It's the same thing. Whatever I eat, I can eat meat and if I'm not understanding or comprehending the things that the animal went through that I'm eating, right? And the energy that it carries, and I'm just living in La La Land and I'm just eating the animal without actually acknowledging what is actually taking place, or what is it exactly that I'm about to consume within me and I'm about to embody, right? And it's like, well, that's why I don't eat meat, right? That's another reality. That's another perception, right? That you are embodying. So that's the whole point of this video. What reality are you choosing to live in, right? What are you choosing to pay attention? Because your belief, right? What you believe in, what you think is true, what you don't think is true, what you think is real, what you don't think is real, right? Your imagination, you actually thinking of those things, what your mind is able to envision, what is capable of envisioning it, and how real are you perceiving those imagination, right? How serious are you taking those imagination? Are you just thinking right now of maybe like a siren in the water, just swimming and stuff? But in reality, as you open your eyes, because you're looking at the reality outside of you and what they think is true or not, you start to think, oh, siren don't exist, it's just fairy tale. And plus, like, it's like, but you don't understand, you don't comprehend that the imagination you just had is something that you experienced before. So therefore, you have to question yourself, where does thoughts come from? Where does this thought come from? Where does these images come from? How are you perceiving it? If everything that that you've seen in this reality is you're able to actually perceive it and believe it and actually overreact to these things, right, and make it your reality, what makes you think that anything else that you may be imagining that the outside world have made you think that is not real, or is not, it doesn't really, there's no facts to it, right? You start to doubt it or whatnot. What makes you think that those thoughts, those imagination are not real, right? Now, not only your imagination, not only your belief, but also your faith in yourself. Do you have faith that, like, you are who you are? Do you have faith in the capability that, do you have faith in the fact that you are capable of doing whatever it is that you say you want to do, right? Like, it's different layers to this reality. We have to understand that, and we can't just take, it's like whatever you pay attention to is what I'm being called to speak more on. Whatever you put your thoughts into, right, you always disregarding something else, right? What does that mean? You putting yourself in a box, right? And you deciding to experience that reality. Like, if you into, let's say, religion, you're into Christianity, you're going to put yourself in that box of Christianity and experience everything that comes with it, which is order, restrictions, all those type of stuff, right? And you're gonna have to experience the result of the experience of you being in that box, to where Zoe, everything outside of that box is happening, because everything is happening. Time doesn't exist. You are time. You make time exist, but time doesn't exist. Your perception, your consciousness is what allows you to perceive time, but time doesn't exist. Everything exists as it is. Everything exists right where you are, right where everything is. It's just this biggest reality, and it's different layers to it, but that's another video. So it's like, imagine, like, man, imagine yourself as a kid, right? Imagine yourself as a kid and not comprehending the reality that you're in, right? You are existing. That's all you know. You know that you are existing. You know nothing. You know of nothing else beyond you existing, right? And as you are perceiving reality, you're trying to make sense of it. So therefore, you start to get in touch with your feminine, the feminine aspect of you, and you start to feel things, and react to those feelings, and start to slowly but surely comprehend what exactly it is that you are observing. And it isn't until, right, something external of you come into your space and tell you that, okay, this, whatever you're perceiving, this is what it is, based on what they already knew. Right? So you start to slowly but surely recreate, or they start to slowly but surely recreate your mindset, your concept, right? Even everything that I'm saying right now, I'm reshaping your mind. I'm reconstructing your pattern, right? And you starting to embody everything that I'm saying, starting to believe in it. So therefore, you make it your reality. So that's why it's important to know what you believe in, okay? And what you choose to react on, okay? Because you create the reality. Reality doesn't create you. And it's like we tend to get lost in this body so much that, we don't really, we have to really get the concept that we are not this body. We are not this body. We tend to get lost in this body. And you get lost in the body when you don't comprehend reality in its true nature, right? And I'm not talking about reality as far as like the reality you choose to believe in, reality in general, how life works, what life is truly about, what is life, why are we experiencing life, okay? And it's like, you are in this body for a reason. And until you know, or you get to comprehend the reason why it is that you are in this body, you will not truly comprehend why it is that you do the things that you do, or you are stuck in the things that you stuck in, whether you think what you believe in is true or not, okay? Because you have to understand, you create your reality. Where does your thoughts come from? Because you are, is those thoughts that you are generating in your mind, in your brain, right? Because the mind and the brain is two different things. In your brain, right? And it's allowing to sell signals in your body to operate and push out everything that comes with those thoughts and those perceptions, those imagination, and it start to shape out your reality. And you have to take in you have to understand also, or comprehend, that you are not the only one experiencing the reality. There are multiple layers to this. You are experiencing a reality, and somebody else is experiencing a reality. A tree is experiencing a reality. This phone is experiencing a reality. And all together we are experiencing reality. Okay, so that's the importance of all of us. We are so powerful. Like, we have to get that. This is not no kumbaya, peace and balance and all that. Yes, it's cool, but we have to learn how to detach with our perception. We have to be able to detach from the past and what it is that we believed in before. If you studied for a long time, whatever it is that you think you know, you don't know what you know. You do not know what you know. You do not know the depth of what you know. You may know what you know based on what it is that you were given, and that's how you're able to construct what it is that you know. But what you know is not even what you know. What it is that I'm saying right now is not even what it is that I'm saying, but I am saying it so you can comprehend it based on what it is that you were subjected to. Comprehend things, like however you will suggest it to comprehend things. Like that's why, like, I'm not even going to get into that, because this is not about me. Like, the most important thing that you get is that when you pay attention to something, you disregard something else. So what are you paying attention to right now? Okay? What do you think is real? What do you think is not real? You are not your thoughts. You are not this body. You are not these words. Okay? these words are allowing us to have somewhat of a comprehension because of this body, because we are lost in this body. So therefore we are able to utilize language so we can comprehend each other and everything around us within this body. Oh, okay, like based on this body, like that's all. But you are not this body. Do you get that? You are not this body. Therefore your comprehension level is going to be limited as long as you still believe you are in this body and you are experiencing you are experiencing life as like this body is, like showing you, or like, like, you guys need to get what it is that I'm saying. You don't get it, you don't get it. But if you get it, then good. Then I'm not even going to stress myself to trying to explain this to you guys, because this is coming to me and I'm just going to put it out there for anybody that is meant to hear this, because that's what it is. That's what this is about. It's not about, oh, I know this, and because I know this makes me higher or makes me lower than anybody, or because I don't know this makes me lower than anybody. There's different layers to it, and things will happen as it is meant to. Okay, things will happen as it is meant to. So you have to be careful on what it, man, you have to be careful on what it is that you believe in. Do not believe in anything. Okay, do not believe in anything. Do not believe in anything. Okay, just look at things for what they are and choose to operate according to what it is that you are subjected to. Okay, and you have to make sure that you're able to read between the line and actually take the time to observe and listen more. Observe and listen more. Don't just trying to react to things or trying to just respond to things. Listen to things and just see it for what they are. Do not believe in things. See things for what they are and choose to react accordingly. Okay, therefore, whatever it is that I'm saying, you can listen to what I'm saying right now, but still see things for what they are. Do not believe in what it is that I'm saying. See things for what they are. Take the message that I'm putting out and make sense for yourself, because you are experiencing this reality. Do not limit yourself. Okay, do not limit yourself. You are not this body. This body is limited. You are not. So therefore, once you start to tap into your higher, into your body, yourself, it's like these words are the problem. Even though it helps, we're able to comprehend, but they are the problem. And that's just what it is. You can choose to believe whatever you believe, but that's how I see it. These words, we able to comprehend each other. Yeah, we able to you grasp things, but it's limited. It's very much limited. Okay, so you have to just see things for what they are. I'm gonna leave this video here because I said what I needed to say. The only thing you need to get from tonight, okay, and just feel on it, think on it, whatever it is that you want to do with it. Okay, you do with it what you please. Okay, but the important thing is that you should know is that when you pay attention to something, you're disregarding something else. Just like I'm speaking right now, right? You can pay attention to how I may not say everything that I'm saying, right? Or that you feel as though I need to say, or that I'm just saying certain things and I'm not saying everything, or that I'm just limited, right? I'm limiting my thoughts, or I'm limiting my words, right? Because those are my thoughts that I'm bringing into, and shaping it into words so you can comprehend. But it's like you may think that I'm just saying stuff and I'm not saying everything, and I'm jumping from one concept to another concept, or whatever it is that you may be perceiving. Either you're just looking at me or how I'm looking and everything like that, and you're not listening to what it is that I'm saying or the depth of what it is that I'm saying, and you're just taking whatever it is. Just know whatever whatever you are looking at, whatever you're paying attention to, you're disregarding something else. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it at this. You guys have a good night. Peace.